Unfinished Projects is a collection of poems that relate to houses and homes. Who are we based on the homes that we lived in growing up? How did our environment affect us? And I look at the interiors and exteriors of houses through a historical lens and a personal lens, and also through some persona poems. I will read some crowd pleasers today, because there's no children in here. Maybe go a little bit deeper. Okay. My first poem is Challenger 7. The 25th anniversary of the Challenger accident was January 28th of this year, so 2011, which was actually my book launch. That was no accident, so I had it all pretty much planned. It affected me tremendously when the accident happened, and I had to write a poem about it, but I didn't want it to be a cheesy, sentimental piece. I had to figure out how to go into it. And it came about through, my poetry teacher said, okay, well, I'm going to throw a bunch of objects at you, and once you figure out your objects, see if they make a theme. And then suddenly, Challenger 7 began to take form. You'll see a lot of strange objects.
How old
they don't
were
make
you
sense.
wrote this?
Oh, how old? This was a couple years ago, but it had been percolating. I knew I wanted to write it. Challenger 7. Did the Pleiades convene, heads covered, arms linked, 73 seconds after takeoff on that freezing January Monday, when the O-rings fried like onions at Cape Canaveral? Did the 7 sisters mourn in their living room, the 7 hunched in the cockpit's 2-minute and 45-second free fall back to Earth? Their fall lasted twice as long as their flight. 7 icicles hang from the booster rockets, sharp enough to slice arms, shattering bay windows overlooking the Banana River, leaving only bald orchids, their 7 petals falling on ash and snow. The Y and the pluming acacia tree carried the charred mourning doves, the astronauts huddled in their last moments. Judy keyed Bach's Requiem on her baby grand, and Krista wondered if he would remarry. Dick twisted his cold knuckles around his grandfather's wood stove, while Ron saw the mouth of the Anon River consuming him like an eel. Greg wasn't with them anymore. No one wanted to be named after a crater on Venus. During the long search, the recovery team found only 6, losing the blue astronaut suit as quickly as they found him. The Pleiades prayed for the divers to see a scallop boat carrying the last one home. This poem is about a little town, or a big town, in New York. Anyone been or from Oswego, New York? I wouldn't want to live there. It's a good one. This is a good winter poem. Dear Oswego, a warm welcome to the foreign catch. 1,000 Jews found a home here during World War II. My ancestors, 5 generations back, lived here on Lake Ontario, following the ships of commerce from Missouri to New York. So cold, their mustaches froze. Steep roofs, spare houses, when winter casts their spell. A lake effect snowfall of 72 inches last year trapped 2 people in their Toyota. Brawny draft cider sloshes at the Woodchuck Saloon. Laced crystal hangs from gutters, while outside sharp drops of rose bring up couches, pipes, and tires when the ground decides to thaw. In May, plastic bags waltz across bare parking lots. Tarred up telephone poles drenched in sepia and creosote trap hungry insects. A jagged cold obscures this odd curve and core, this old maze of Oswego, pieces of land and people embracing irony.